Max, how's everything going at Gumloop? I know I've seen you guys are shipping a lot of new features lately. Tell us what you're up to.
Yeah. I think we're really leaning into the year of the agent and trying to make everything kind of effortless, automate with natural language, iterate like you would with any other kind of Copilot product. We have a bunch of other updates coming out in the next like couple weeks, which we're super excited about. But same sort of direction, like effortless automation across your stack.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, definitely feels like agents becoming like real now. You know, there's been a lot of talk about agents and everything over the past 6 to 9 months, but I think now you're really starting to see really good use cases and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's able to actually complete things for you that you could just like go ahead and push into like production, so to speak, which is really cool.
Yeah, I've been saying like you have to earn the right to build an agent. You have to kind of build the foundation of the things it can do before you build the agent. I feel like it's kind of all coming together, and agents are making sense now, which is super exciting.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cool. So we did a big challenge in the community, and basically we came to the community, and we love Gumloop, and a lot of folks like in my audience and within the Vibe marketers use it, and we wanted to challenge everyone to see what kind of like Vibe marketing workflows they could build with Gumloop. So we kind of partnered up on this and launched this challenge, and we've got the three winners here today. So would love to be able to talk to them, sort of demo their workflows, and get your reactions, Max, in terms of how they're using the product, and maybe if you have any other ideas for how they could even take these to the next level.
Cool. I'm excited.
Awesome. So I'm going to bring each person onto the stage, and like I've watched all of these workflows. I was pretty blown away with what James and Rokas and Zid were able to create here. So super excited to show you what we've got. And James, I'll go ahead and add you to the stage, all right? And would love to just sort of get a brief background on, what got you into sort of building with Gumloop. What were you able to create, and what was your experience like?
Yeah, definitely not a traditional background. So I have operated a food truck and catering company for 4.5 years. Always was interested in, different aspects of the back end of the business. So I got into like looking at AI automation back in April, May timeframe and just playing around with different things that I can build. And I was looking more at like the practicality angle of small business owners, like they don't have time, to do different things like this. One thing that was a common pain point for many was email. And that's just it's not even sending automated emails. It's you're going in, you're getting the same question back to back to back, but you're reinventing the wheel every single time and, starting from scratch. Whereas I wanted to approach that where you just had emails drafted. So you're 90% of the way there and you can just click send and adjust a few things.
Awesome, awesome. So you just got into building workflows literally like a few months ago, and now
Yeah.
you're winning challenges like this.
Yeah. So I was definitely always more system minded. Where before, for I guess like 8 to 12 months before that, I was looking at like visual canvases and just like mapping business processes.
Mm.
But all that is map. It is a helpful, I think, because then you can see your process, but it doesn't do anything. Whereas once I saw this, I'm like, okay, now this is you map and then it gets what you need done at the same time. So perfect,
Yeah.
like pairing.
And I'm just curious, throughout your build, and maybe QAing and things like that, and getting it ready, did you use AI in the process to kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
ask questions, or sort of get through issues? Would love to kind of hear about that aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely in Claude a lot, and I use Gummy and Claude. I actually uploaded a bunch of docs from Gumloop into Claude to like as a project to go back and forth and ask that. And then yeah, anything time I'm getting stumped, adding like I don't code, so anything like that, I go in, ask questions there, and yeah, usually problems get solved after enough iteration. But it's definitely planning it out first, like and then going through it. I find sometimes when I just start like building, it helps me learn, but then it's like I gotta redo the entire thing at some point.
Yeah, yeah. And are you using this workflow like in your day to day role or business or anything like that, or are you planning to?
I'm going to. So my current business, I just started it. It's in this space. I don't have enough context yet as far as my email to use it for my other business, which I trained it off of, which is catering. We have requests coming in like, when are you going to be at this catering job? Are you available this date? So I trained off of that. So I had plenty of context on like, these are the responses that you need. And so I trained off that, but again, not using that anymore, but was for a little bit. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at the workflow. What do you all say?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to add it up here on the stage, and I'm going to play the video, and we'll get a clear idea of what you were able to do here.
This is going to be 3 for 1. It's going to give you categorization for your emails, response templates based off of past send emails and your past inbox. And then there's also going to be a automation that automatically updates that knowledge base. And then finally the response generator. So it's going to reference those documents and it's going to create on a time trigger drafts. The reason that it's 3 separate automations is because they're ran on different time triggers. I went through and started, I have a note here, 50, you can go 50 to 100 emails that are good context, and then it'll just go through past send emails as well. It's going through my brand DNA document where I already have my voice and everything. So it's referencing that along with the send emails, so it has even more context to draw from. This long prompt, you can check that out. That is to generate 6 categories that your email will go through, and then response templates for each category. And then it's going to write it to Notion. There'll be 6 categories, 10 sample emails per category. You can go through, edit anything you want. If you have templates that you already have, you can go through, put them in here. This responder node, it starts with an unread email, and then this will go through and just filter out if there's 0 responses. If there are responses, it's going to send it through. So what this is going to do is going to go through your emails and it's going to reference your knowledge base and then say, okay, is this in the knowledge base? If it's not in the knowledge base, then the AI is going to take it through and it's going to write it to the page. So that'll run on a periodic trigger, whatever you want to update that knowledge base. So when you're responding to emails, you're getting more accurate when you have these, different send emails going out.
My first thought when I see something like that is how many features we're shipping to make that easier for you. The biggest difference between like a workflow and an agent I've been describing is like a workflow is kind of like a play in football and an agent is the quarterback. When I see workflows like that, you're kind of building a quarterback into the workflow, but I think we should be shipping the features that, because that was super impressive. That's like an awesome workflow. We should be shipping the feature that gives you the quarterback by default and then just lets you define the plays, because those plays, like the looking back at my template emails, updating the context every like couple of weeks or whatever when that like 3rd time trigger was going off, those are like perfect plays, but we should make it even easier to build the quarterback into your product. That was awesome though. Really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. It just amazes me and opens up a whole new perspective, I think, when you see that you just started doing this like a few months ago, but you have, vertical expertise. Like you're in this business, the problem that you face, kind of like what's going to save you time and optimize. And then the barrier to going and doing this is just getting lower and lower, like by the day, which is super cool. I also think that, if you go online or whatever, you see all these like, crazy workflows that you would probably never like implement, but this solves a real problem and a real pain point. And I think that a lot of other businesses could benefit from this. I think customer service is something that makes people pull their hair out, and it's a perfect use case for an AI agent or an AI workflow. So nice job on like shipping it and getting it done and understanding the problem deeply. And awesome work, James. This is really cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I actually look back on that one though. And I'm like, I guess that was probably like a month ago. And it just feels like that's like so long ago where I've changed things from then and built more practical stuff. But yeah, again, what you just said, the practical angle is definitely what I go to because, you show that to like a small business owner that's not in the space and they're kind of just like, I don't care about that. I want the input and the output. So the simplest things that I've built, like one was just like upload a resume, get a candidate report back. So then you can upload like, 25 resumes. That was like one thing that connected right away because of simplicity in it. And then the ease of I put a front end on that in Replit where it just sent via webhook or to AWS and then into Gumloop and it runs the flow. So stuff like that is just like, easy for me to build a back end logic in Gumloop and then just the simple inputs on a front end in Replit.
I mean, you sound like you're coding now.
I mean, without the coding, yes, I am natural language. Yeah. But
what a time to be alive where 1 month feels like, you can progress so quickly.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else, Max, for James?
I'm impressed. I'm excited for you to try out the new features. There's little things when I was looking at the workflow where I'm like, we're going to make your life so much easier in like in the next 2 weeks, basically. Like abstracting away a lot of that logic. Like I saw those filter nodes that you had that are kind of like big blocks to make sure that you're not responding to emails with no threads. Like that'll be just handled natively by the quarterback.
And it's funny you say that. Oh, sorry. But it's funny you say that because when I'm doing that and like stuff that feels cumbersome, I'm always thinking this is going to be like changed like soon.
We feel the exact same thing. That's all we're working on.
Yeah. Okay. Great. But yeah, so far been great, easy to use. And yeah, everybody's been very helpful in the Gumloop like ecosystem with all that. So
sweet.
Bugs are fixed fast and there's not many of them. So yeah.
Awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing. Cool. Thanks, James.
Thanks, guys.
What you build next.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. Next we have Rokas. What's up? Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well, James, Max.
Hey, nice to meet you.
So I see you a lot in the community sharing all kinds of awesome insights on kind of vibe marketing and AI driven search and all of that. So I'm super excited to kind of learn about your background. We haven't had the chance to kind of connect yet on a call. So we'd love to hear about what you're up to and what your workflow is all about and how you got into using Gumloop.
Wonderful. So yeah, James, a pleasure to meet you once again. My background is actually I was building with AI, for the past like 2-3 years. When all of this like trend, we could say started back in end of 2022. When ChatGPT was launched, I was also like working in like marketing. I was doing PR related stuff in an agency, and when ChatGPT launched, I quickly changed my skills and the knowledge that I wanted to be in that current landscape. So I was at first I was like doing AI automation agency stuff. So basically trying to automate like small and medium businesses inside my like location. So I'm based in Europe, so Eastern Europe, my home country, and more and countries around. So yeah, that was like the first step. The second step for me was like building some sort of AI education company as well. So we are one of the biggest like consultants in the region as well, by basically consulting large enterprise businesses, how to apply AI into their workflows. So I'm working in AI a lot, and by working and seeing a lot of great people, I joined the community, and that's why I also want to share that knowledge that I got, building by years, with all the community as well.
Cool. So you have a bit of a background in building workflows and using AI and all of that. It sounds like our last guest was pretty new to this just a few months ago, and you're kind of in the expert category, I guess we could say.
Well, yeah, I got like a great experience, building these workflows. I also have like my own team that we built all of these automations, custom automations for clients as well. So yeah, I have some sort of knowledge, but once again, I'm not a coder or programmer. I don't have this background, but
Awesome.
I learned a lot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So give us the high level, 15-second overview of your workflow. Like, what does it do? Why did you build this workflow? And what was your experience like going through the process of doing it with Gumloop?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm also like running my own SaaS, it's called AI Clicks. It's basically for AI SEO optimization. And the channel that I'm really interested in, while like to do marketing in is LinkedIn. So I wanted to like look at some possibilities, how can I optimize and automate LinkedIn. So this automation mostly like solve this problem. So I have like my own keywords that I'm interested in, and whenever I will see like somebody post, AI SEO optimization or GEO or like mentioning this type of keywords, I want to look at that post, scrape it and have it, in my own like database. To maybe comment on this post, maybe like pick some interesting ideas and use on my own content, or just to do competitor research. So I built this automation that will daily track the keywords that I'm interested in. It will fetch all the data from LinkedIn, it will parse it, and it will store in my Airtable. So that's the system.
Awesome. I'm excited to check it out. LinkedIn is one of those channels that I haven't been able to crack yet. I just can't figure it out. So I'm excited to see what you've got, and maybe I'll use your workflow to help me. Cool. So yeah, let's bring it up on the stage, and bear with me for a second.
What the system basically does is that whenever somebody posts related to my keyword, I get that post, profile name, post, full URL of article, as well as number of likes, comments, the date, and of course AI generated content that I could use in my own profile based on the patterns and systems that I like to write content about. Clay is doing all that, but the pricing is really big. The starter plan starts from $150. So basically we start with code node. I went to Rapid API. I use search post endpoint, and I basically just copy pasted the parameters, and using curl and inserted it into Gumloop. So that's like code node that we are using. After that, I'm using JSON reader, where basically extracts the data, and using AI, I qualify that data and extract it one point by one. So I extract like poster name, the content of a text, when it was posted, the exact URL, the profile of LinkedIn URL of a post, that number of likes, comments, and the date. So all of this data that you are seeing right here, we need to extract it from LinkedIn API. And after that, I ask AI to generate me a post, and as well as a comment that I could insert. And all of this will go back to Airtable. Even though the system looks pretty simple, but the real value that you get from this table is insane, because you could track your competitors, you could be the first reply each and every time, and you could get like your content calendar, and just by seeing what other people are doing.
That's awesome. I was going to ask how you got the LinkedIn content on Gumloop. And then I saw you integrated the API. Have you tried the custom nodes yet? Without, not the run code step, but custom nodes?
Regarding LinkedIn?
No.
Or...
So we have this feature where Gummy will write the code for you. And I saw you had like a run code block and then a parse JSON. You can just prompt Gummy and it'll write the code for you and build a perfect LinkedIn scraping node if you want it. and then you can always reuse that. It goes into your node library. That's the only edit, but like perfect workflow, really simple and beautiful. Really cool.
Yes. When I was like building the solution, I haven't found this. Maybe like it was a month or so ago. I don't know if you had it already.
We do a really
But
bad job of showing off all the cool features that exist. Like you have to stumble upon them. Sometimes we have users who like have been automating for 2 months and they find some like power feature they've never heard of. We're working on that, but I can send you a link to the custom node docs after. It's kind of like having Claude code baked into Gumloop. You just describe what you want. It'll agentically go build it and then test it for you and make sure it's ready for production.
wonderful. For sure, I'll give it a try, after the call.
Sweet.
I really, when you mentioned Clay and you said, you know what, I don't want to pay for Clay. It's like $150 a month. So you just built your own solution and you're not a developer by trade. It just, really popped out to me that like, what an incredible time it is, truly the age of like kind of total democratization and like personal software. Like, you don't have to know how to code. You can go build your own essentially SaaS that can add a lot of value to your business and to your workflow, which is just so cool. We couldn't have done that, a year or two ago, which is amazing.
Yeah, one thing I really want to do, we're working on it right now, but it's the marketplace of publishing flows and publishing nodes. The next iteration on the marketplace will be like letting you sell your nodes or your workflows. So if you find some hack that emulates like a $200 subscription out there and does the same job, you could sell that for $10 on Gumloop. And if 1,000 people find it, like you're making money by sharing what you've learned. So hopefully democratizing, just like building and making money online.
That's an awesome idea. So awesome, Rokas. Well, super cool workflow. Again, I struggle with LinkedIn, so I'm excited to check this out. I think for like, not just content, but for finding like sales opportunities, people who are like commenting on posts in your niche that you can go and follow up with or DM or whatever. Like it just takes one message or one post to, find a really awesome lead. So good stuff, and excited to see what you build next.
Wonderful. Yeah, I have like one extra comment. All of this like social listening is a really great trend and happening right now based on on Clay, on Trigify, and all of these different tools. And with like Gumloop, you can make it your own. And it's really exciting because I think that's that's the age of sales right now, where you do a really personalized outreach at the right time with the right offer. It's very important because right now it's not enough just to write AI gibberish and send it to thousands of leads. You won't get any results.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Rokas, and we'll be connecting soon in the community.
Wonderful. Have a great day.
All right. See you soon. All right. So let's see. Our third submission, I don't think is going to show today, but we're going to give him an honorable mention. His name is Zid Kim, and we'll play the video and we can still give it a little bit of a reaction here. So I'll go ahead and get that going.
Every marketer faces the same expensive question. Should you buy another tool or build your own? GumBlue identify the core functionality that delivers 80% of the value, giving you a practical starting point you can customize. We visit the Create page where we can analyze any marketing tool. Let's try Clay this time. I'll type it in and click Create Blueprint. We're redirected to the dashboard where you can watch your blueprint being built in real time. Once complete, you can view the full report here, and it's automatically sent to your email as well. Clay's blueprint is ready. 8 out of 10 complexity, 7 days to build, with 13 nodes for data enrichment, AI-powered messaging, and automated outreach. Let's look at the Gumloop workflow that powers this. Our webhook input node receives the tool name from GumBlue's interface. This connects our front end to the analysis workflow. The Perplexity web search node researches current information about the tool's marketing features. We get up-to-date capabilities, not outdated data. Our Verify marketing tool custom node confirms this is a legitimate marketing tool worth analyzing. Quality control before we invest processing time. The Ask AI node extracts core marketing capabilities that matter for replication. We focus on practical features, not marketing copy. Our Generate Blueprint custom node identifies the required Gumloop nodes in sequential order to recreate core functionality. The JSON writer node packages verification, features, blueprint, and analytics into structured format for delivery. GumBlue transforms tool curiosity into practical build guidance and turning marketing tool research into actionable build versus buy decisions.
Wow.
That was so meta.
Yeah. Okay, that is pretty cool. What'd you think of that, Max?
I would have never thought to do that in a million years, which is awesome. Super meta build. It's like building. I mean, one of those subflows is kind of just doing what Gummy does, like our new Gummy agent that builds workflows. I imagine they like pasted in all of the nodes and explained what they're for and had AI make sense of which ones to use when.
Yeah.
Pretty prescient of a workflow. Like they kind of knew what we were going to work on before we built it.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I was thinking while watching that, like that could be some kind of landing page for Gumloop, like build versus buy. Enter in the tool you're considering. Here's how you could just build the functionality, and you could have like Gummy kind of spit out like a workflow that they could go and like activate in their account or something like that. How much they could save, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we should just have our Gummy agent just like be aware of, I guess, have this tool to like research other tools, and if you mention Clay or something, it could look it up and find the features. But this is really sick. They like built a feature of the product in the product itself.
Yeah. And Zid is more of a on the engineering side as well. So he had some more kind of advanced, functionality in there and things like that, and clearly kind of understood some solid workflow logic in terms of first researching and validating that the features were relevant to marketers before he went in and went further into the workflow and stuff, which I thought was really smart as well.
There's certain people who are like very AI forward. Like he has AI narrating the video. He probably had AI record the video. He's using AI to make the workflow.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very meta, as you mentioned. Very impressive as well. Cool. So that's our demos for the day. Overall, Max, what's your main kind of takeaway here from all these submissions and kind of the winners that we showed off today?
I think they're awesome. All I can really think about is like how much easier we need to make everything and like the updates we're working on right now. But seeing everyone's workflow kind of informs the product decisions we're making. So this is awesome context. Like there's a couple things I picked up in this call that I'm just going to go back into the office and tell the team about just to make things simpler. Yeah, amazing. I'm excited though.
Cool. Good stuff. All right. So we have a little bit of extra time. We've got a few listeners here, sort of some dedicated community members. Anyone want to ask some questions for Max while he's here? AMA wants to know kind of what's next. I know you gave us a few sort of hints here in terms of maybe monetizing workflows and things like that. What excites you about Gumloop's roadmap right now?
Sharing workflows publicly and monetizing them is a big kind of push on our side. Like, how can we have a directory of thousands and thousands of workflows? There is a deep technical challenge there that most people don't think about. So if you look at like any other marketplace where you can execute code, if you like take N8N for example, you could realistically make malware on a platform like that in 10 seconds. So you make like a custom node where you have to put in your Gmail credentials or whatever, but secretly one of the lines of code is forwarding all your emails to an S3 bucket or like basically siphoning all your data. So before we release the marketplace feature, we have to make sure that security is like really in place. We have like AI security scans and human review for every workflow that's going live. So that's something we're working on. We want to rush to making that happen while not jeopardizing anyone's data. Like it needs to be ultra secure. And then Gumloop agents, which are the quarterbacks basically that we're talking about.
Yep.
I think it should abstract away like 10 nodes in every workflow and just let you expose super, super useful tools in a format that's usable by like your entire company or your entire team super easily.
Awesome. And I know I always like to hear how founders are using their own product and kind of eating their own dog food, so to speak. So last time we chatted, you were telling me about like a recruiting workflow that you were using to scan like public GitHub repos and things that you found interesting. I was just curious if that workflow was successful, and what else you're kind of building with Gumloop that you're using like day to day.
Yeah, I can share my screen and show you. I still use that workflow all the time. How do I share? Okay, share screen. Yeah, there's a bunch of workflows. This is the open source contributor hunter that I showed off last time. Like, put in the link to any open source repo, and then you get this like pretty gorgeous email as a result with like the hiring details. I'm just opening up my own inbox here. You get this like really beautiful email with like everyone's links and the whole background and who you should be hiring. I've used this to meet like many open source contributors that contribute to like the frameworks that actually like support Gumloop. So we kind of have like connects to the infrastructure that powers Gumloop, which is pretty cool now. I've hired a few engineers since our last call, but most have been through my network. Like I ask my friends who their smartest friends are and hire them.
Right.
We've been doing a bunch of kind of socials related workflows. So we have a growth intern at the company who automates like literally everything he does with Gumloop. One of the main ones was we noticed we focus like almost exclusively right now on enterprises. Like all my time goes to like the Shopifys and Gustos and Instacarts of the world. But there is so much value in showing people just on socials what Gumloop can do. So we've been reaching out to like people who make really cool automation content and asking like, do you want to partner? Can we give you free access to like just like spread the word about how powerful Gumloop is? Our intern built this workflow that takes our Chrome extension. You just go to a TikTok profile and you run this Chrome extension on it. It will take the most recent video, run it through Gemini to give a really nice like, hey, I loved your video about Zuck's AI call thing that AI demo that went bad. It looks at all of the views and average number of comments across all videos to figure out like what is the engagement ratio and what is the average number of views we could expect if we were to like support them and help them make automation content. And then it calculates basically like how perfect of a fit are they for Gumloop based on like their most recent videos. Like, are they talking about 10 automation tools? Are they just talking about Gumloop? Are they just talking about another one? And it all logs into a Google Sheet. So he just browses TikTok every morning with the Chrome extension and just gets an entire lead list of like the best creators in the space, which is really awesome.
Amazing. That's some leverage right there.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I have another one if you want to see.
Absolutely.
This one's really cool. I built this with a customer, but it was my idea, so I'm like comfortable sharing. It's nothing sensitive here. There's a customer we have that sells to restaurants, like a big customer that sells to restaurants. I'm sure you could imagine. They help restaurants deliver food.
Yep.
If you want to unlock a new geography, normally you have to go figure out like what are the restaurants in this area. Are they in like the target ICP of customers we want to onboard first for a new geography? What is the hook that will get them interested in talking to us? What language do they even speak if we're really opening up new markets? So this workflow starts with an interface. You just put in like the name of a small town. Interfaces look like this. It's just like this UI layer on top of your workflow. It then uses Perplexity and just extracts what language they probably speak. And then for every cuisine that they want to target, it runs a subflow that scrapes Google Maps for everything about the restaurant, like the number of reviews, the average sentiment of the reviews, like based on what the people have been commenting. And it also gets like the similar searches. So if you're looking up sushi in San Francisco, there's probably like 5 other sushi spots that will show up in the search. It shows where they rank in the search. And then it fills all of that into a translated call transcript, because in a lot of small towns, they don't have the website for their small sushi shop. They have a phone number. So it takes all this data, name drops the competitors down the street, mentions where they're showing up in the rankings on Google Maps, and says like, we would increase your exposure and sales by X% if you were to onboard with our service. And it logs all of that in just a database.
That's brilliant. I love that. Google Maps is like an amazing data source as well. Like, getting review sentiment. I was looking at it as a kind of niche research tool, looking at like kind of review velocity versus the number of service providers for, certain markets to try to research little like boring local business ideas and stuff like that. So treasure trove of data. That's really cool. I think like referencing those competitors and where they rank and all that probably provides a killer open and response rate compared to
crazy.
a normal strategy.
Yeah, you really incite the, oh no, I like, they know my competitors. Like they probably think about this other sushi shop 24/7 because that's like their main competition. So if you name drop it on a call, it's really powerful.
Right.
We have like 3 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wanted to show custom nodes because this is like one of the best parts of Gumloop. So you notice in the second workflow we saw, there was a run code node and then a parse JSON. Now you can just say, like, I could paste in the docs for any API here, but I can say, like, call a webhook and let me pass in data. And then Gummy will just build the node for you. So it'll just like, it'll figure out what are the inputs, what are the outputs, and then it'll reason through, is this even possible? Like, first it's making sure the idea is possible, because sometimes people will like write a joke as a prompt. And then it'll write the script to make this happen in the background. So once it's done writing the script, you have this node that is forever usable in your library. You could name it like my personal API scraper that hits, like, it has a bunch of different criteria in it and a bunch of logic in the code, but it's published forever. So it's like a Lego block you can reuse in all of your workflows and you can share with other people. So right now it's figuring out what are the inputs and outputs. It'll start streaming that in a second. And then the code should be written just directly in the background. So it determined, like, okay, there's input is data, then it lets me specify the webhook URL, what the HTTP method is. It got even fancy with it. It let me specify the headers, and I don't even want all that, but it's smarter than I am. So it took its liberty to do that.
That's really cool. I know just from, interacting with like our community and stuff like that, parsing and formatting data and all that you're getting from external tools or scrapers is a big hang up for a lot of people, big blocker. So, making that easier with the agent seems like an awesome idea.
Yeah. And the same thing actually happens for all of our integrations as well. So we saw the Google Map node before. That one's totally custom as well. I just prompted what I wanted. Or let me, Google Map. You can just describe what you want Google Maps to do, like get reviews from a Google Maps link, or get only the reviews with over 5 stars that were made in the last 6 months. It'll build that custom integration for you. You don't need to like kind of scratch your head and figure out how to do it with a no code paradigm. You just lean into the code and have AI handle it for you.
Wow. Love that. Super cool, man. Anything else you want to show us on Gumloop?
The biggest thing is probably Gummy agents. Like it will build the whole workflow for you. So like create a weekly AI report to get my mentions on Reddit. Like Gummy knows how to do this, and it will build it end to end, just like kind of a cursor sort of agent. No more N8N learning curve if that's like the thing that's blocking you from building really amazing workflows. Just describe what you want and let Gummy handle it for you.
That's huge. I've been waiting for something like this to be ready and working really well. So super pumped to see that you all are the ones to get it out there.
Yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Max, really appreciate you spending the time with us. I know you're a really busy guy working with a lot of customers, a lot of big companies, and really pushing the envelope in this space. So we appreciate the partnership on the challenge, and you spending time with some of your users here to give them feedback. What an awesome opportunity for James and Rokas to get Max to react to their workflows. So thank you.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Appreciate the involvement.
Awesome. Cool, Max. James, Rokas, thanks again. And I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks, everybody, for joining, and excited to get this out to the world.
Sweet. Bye, everyone.